On today's episode, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Today's episode is brought to you by engineering.com, a globally trusted source for engineering content. Check out this and many other exclusive videos for the engineering professional found only on engineering.com TV today. Ronald Reagan was one of the most quotable presidents in history, and on August 12, 1986, he famously said that the 9 most terrifying words in the English language were, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Now, to be sure, it was a much simpler time, a time when the threat to American manufacturing jobs came primarily from Japan, and much of the conventional supply chain still existed domestically. But only 6 years previously, the federal government bailed out Chrysler with a $1.5 billion loan, and the entire U.S. auto industry was on the brink. Now, long before the end of Reagan's term, it was clear that the major manufacturing industries like automotive, aerospace, and energy operated in a mixed economy driven by both market forces and government incentives. Now, today, Washington throwing money at favored industries is commonplace, but there's a new program that's an interesting combination of major manufacturer association and federal agencies called AM Forward. Now, on paper, it looks very, very different, and in a good way. Administered by the nonprofit Applied Science and Research Technology Organization of America, AM Forward is conceptually very simple. Large manufacturing firms, companies that have a very large and diverse supplier base, often in Asia, they agree to purchase 3D printed components and assemblies from American suppliers and back up that commitment with technology transfer and, just as importantly, unified standards and certifications. Washington kicks in cash and technical assistance from a wide range of departments and agencies, from the Department of Agriculture to the National Institute of Standards and Technology. Now, AM Forward is open to any OEM manufacturer, and the founding members are truly heavyweights: GE Aviation, Raytheon, Honeywell, Siemens Energy, and Lockheed Martin. Now, that's a strong offensive line, one you can definitely build a team around. It looks like a Tier 1 or Tier 2 supplier dream. Guaranteed orders, a cooperative customer, unified standards, technology transfer, funding for CapEx, and even workforce training. So where do I sign up, right? Well, the essence of that famous quote from Reagan is that government is not evil. In fact, its intentions are good. But somewhere between intentions and execution, a strange phenomenon happens: bureaucracy. Now, this is taxpayer money we're talking about, and in an effort to make sure that it's well spent, intake screening and testing emerges with application forms, processes, and meetings. Then programs establish systems to make sure that the money is well spent after it's granted, with more forms, checks, and meetings. How much paperwork and administration time will be necessary to manage these new apprenticeship and training programs and the new standards and certifications? Now, the dirty secret is that the reason why large corporations benefit the most from government programs and public-private partnerships is that they can afford to invest in the human capital necessary to run the gauntlet that is most government agencies and departments. It isn't favoritism, it's risk. The simple reality is small and medium-sized manufacturers would have to be smoking crack before they would literally bet their company on the new equipment and capability needed to win high-tech business from huge multinational customers, especially in areas like aerospace and energy. But as those industry majors increasingly demand parts and assemblies that are too complex to machine or fabricate without additive manufacturing, and demand expensive and complex materials, quality processes, plus IP and DoD security guarantees, we all know that fewer and fewer small and medium-sized companies can bid on those lucrative contracts. Now, they want to, and they've told me this, but the simple fact is that they have to be risk-averse to protect the enterprise. Now, American SMEs are not short of technical ability, and the AM Forward initiative will definitely help bring them up to speed. But the initiative and Washington need to understand that programs need to be simple and easy to administer, or they will not achieve that reshoring objective. So I have a simple suggestion. If supplier companies need to hire a consultant or a lawyer to take advantage of your program, stop and rethink the program. Now, engineering program management is frequently about controlling unwanted growth. Growth in cost, complexity, size, and weight. It's the same with paperwork. Now, it's hard to control instability in a new turbofan engine combustor, but it's even harder to control bureaucracy. But it's essential to try. Well, that's it for today's episode of End of the Line, brought to you by engineering.com. If you like this show, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell for our next episode. For our deeper engineering video series for the manufacturing professional, visit engineering.com TV to watch exclusive shows like Manufacturing the Future, not found here on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching.